Aso Tavitian collection consisted of nearly 1,000 lots, ranging from English furniture to Old Master paintings, Old Master drawings, sculpture, works of art, silver, porcelain, the list goes on. At Sotheby's, one of the most exciting challenges we can take on is a collection like this. How do each of these pieces get sold? The real challenge is that no two sales are alike. Here's how this one came to life.
Having a series of single-owner sales requires a lot of coordination in an auction house, and that's what makes it very exciting for the specialists and people who work with the specialists.
So once the contract gets signed, for a collection of this size, what we would do would be to collect the property from the client's house, and in this particular case, Mr. Tavitian had 2 residences, one in the Berkshires, and then the other one here in New York City.
A sort of small army of Sotheby's staff descended on the 2 locations. There were objects that were valued at $1,000 and objects that were valued at $1 million. But for each and every one, we take the same amount of care in terms of cataloging it, researching it, and presenting it to market at the right estimate.
We had people who literally went to the house and spent a whole week there, day in, day out, tagging them, identifying them, making sure they got wrapped properly and shipped to New York.
So what I'm doing today is condition checking every ceramic which is included in the collection. And as you can see, this goes down to objects which are no bigger than my hand. This is a really rare example of a Delft West shoe. It was made probably in London. And as you can see, it's dated 1722, so it was made 302 years ago. It gives you a perfect picture of how the fashion was of the 18th century down to the year. And it's a prime example of just how many treasures are in this collection, and it's a miracle it survived.
Portraiture lies at the heart of the Tavitian collection of paintings. Every painting requires its own unique approach, from conditioning, cataloging, exhibition, and ultimately finding the right buyer.
Chloe at 750. Congratulations.
This happens to be a pair of English armchairs from the George II period, so about the 3rd quarter of the 18th century. When looking at a pair of chairs like this, what you're looking for is the design overall, the wood that's used, the quality of the construction, the quality of the carving, and of course, color and condition. And this pair is really a superlative example of all of those.
This lovely double-barreled walnut pistol is made by John Tow in London, England at the end of the 18th century. Cataloging a firearm such as this is vastly different than looking at a table or a chair, but one wants to look at the overall integrity of the piece, the wear. We want to look at the integrity of the stock. The chasing on this firearm is remarkable, and the inlay along the barrel is exquisite. It really makes you realize the absolute artisanry that some craftsmen took to create such a work of art. It's handheld sculpture.
After each and every piece has been accounted for in the sale, then our priority shifts to ensuring that each and every piece is transported safely to our New York City warehouse, which is by no means a small feat.
In the logistics team, we're really working multiple different relay races, which are different auctions at any given time. And it starts with the receiving process, where the items have come in from the consignor. We hand over to photography. Photography hands over to cataloging. Cataloging hands over to exhibition. We install, the public get to see that part and have the auction. And then we're breaking it down and we're handing it over to the buyer.
Everything we do here is bespoke, and the way you ship an old master painting versus a drawing, versus a flatware set, versus a dinner set, versus a Chinese vase, versus a double-case piece of furniture, they're all fundamentally different, and they all have different needs during transport.
We had one lot which was a collection of porcelain, fruit and vegetables, 69 individual pieces. So when we receive that at Sotheby's, every single one has to be accounted for by our team of registrars. And when we're bringing it in for exhibition, every single piece has to be wrapped and carefully handled and unwrapped to then go on exhibition. So it's one lot on our website, one lot to our buyer. But for us, it consists of 69 individual items.
It was a large job, but that's what we do. That is what we do.
We put all this together and start writing research notes, catalog notes, and eventually start to get together to put together the catalog. The big part of that selling is the exhibition itself. For a sale of this scale and covering this many different departments, curating and designing and putting together an exhibition takes a real crack team.
When we're putting together an exhibition, what we have to grapple with is really how to translate a livable space into a museum-like space.
On a collection like this, because you are dealing with large objects, heavy objects, it requires a lot of manpower, to move a fragile credenza or a rug. The exhibition installation starts with rugs. So where are the rugs going? Then what's going on top of that rug? Is it a table? If it's a table, is there a dinnerware set that needs to go on top of it? And then you layer in the art as well on the wall. So it's a really complicated to put together the exhibition.
Other institutions and museums take years to stage an exhibition of this scale. And here at Sotheby's, we have 4 days.
We're ready to go. It's an hour before the exhibition, and suddenly we say, you know what, those two paintings need to swap. But it does always come together, and I think it came together wonderfully for this sale.
After the exhibition closes, the next day is sale day.
And welcome to Sotheby's for today's auction of the vision of Aso Tavitian, opening here with a $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000.
What's the flow of the auction going to be? Where are we going to see ups, maybe downs, higher value lots, lower value lots, some no reserve lots where the bidding's going to go wild? We have to sort of anticipate that and ensure that we've got the right drumbeat as we do the auction. After working on this for nearly a year, it was incredibly gratifying to see such a successful culmination.
I mean, honestly, to stand up there and see, 15 colleagues on a phone bank bidding for things, you don't see that every day.
The auctions made 50% over the estimate. 99% of the lots sold. We saw bidders from 42 different countries, and there were an average of 6 bidders on each and every lot. That is so many.
Up now. That is sold to Chris for 1-2. Congratulations.
A sale like this is so unique in the sense that we're able to bring together all these smaller departments and achieve a common goal, and that's what makes Sotheby's unique.
When we are trying to present a collection like this, we want the viewer, we want the collector to see what it's like to live in a world like this, to live in the world of Aso Tavitian.